Welcome to Enlightenment Unknown Life of a Spiritual Nomad. Join Reiki Master and Quantum Healing expert Wes Coons as he guides listeners through the depths of self-discovery and spiritual enlightenment to uncover the version of you we haven't met yet.
Welcome to Enlightenment Unknown Life of a Spiritual Nomad. My name is Wes Coons, and welcome back to the show. And I tell you what, technology's kind of kicking my ass right now, but we'll work through that. I record these episodes and I put them through a system that changes the audio, makes it sound appropriate, and it's been deleting parts out. So here we are. I think this one's going to work. It's July 4th weekend and summer's in full swing, and I am excited to be here. I forgot to say something. I wanted to say thanks. We broke 5,000 downloads not too long ago, and that's really cool. I wanted to say thank you for that. And welcome, Hong Kong. I hope you enjoy the show. For the first time ever, I think I've struggled having something to say, right? I know that might be a shock for some of y'all, especially the ones that know me personally. But I've had this internal battle, and I don't like to record if I don't feel in alignment. I don't like to record if I don't feel the energy of it. And maybe that's why the other two episodes didn't quite come out properly. I think I was recording just to record. So I was watching something on Facebook, the little reels that they have. And it was a clip from a movie, and I don't know the name of the movie. There's a priest on the stand and an attorney questioning him, and she says, "Why do bad things happen to good people?" And the priest says, "I prayed for strength, and God gave me difficulties to overcome for me to become strong. I prayed for wisdom. God gave me problems to solve. I prayed for courage, and God gave me dangers to overcome. I prayed for love, and God gave me troubled people to help." And that resonated with me so deeply because the priest goes on and says, "My prayers have been answered." I said, that's it. That is the piece that I've been angry with for a long time. I want to be in love. I want to get remarried. I thought that person showed up last year, right? At least for a brief moment. And the reality is, God sent that person to me for me to go through what I experienced. See, for the longest time, I sat there and said, "Oh, this person broke me, this person. That's victim energy. That's bullshit. That person didn't do anything." The reality is, life happens for us and not to us. And when I got past the lies that I told myself and looked at the honest truth is, I ignored red flags. I chose to be in a relationship with somebody who didn't fucking choose me. I chose to allow myself to get destroyed by this person because I didn't care about myself. I didn't love myself. I didn't respect myself. I wasn't being authentic in my life. So when you're with somebody or you're around people that don't have respect for you, you can't be angry with them for not having respect for you because I allowed myself to stay there. The reason they didn't have respect for me is because I didn't respect myself. The reason God answered my prayers the way He answered my prayers was I needed to learn to love myself. I needed to learn how to set boundaries. I needed to learn and understand what love bombing is, what narcissism is, what being manipulated looks like. Consciously understanding that. See, subconsciously, deep down inside, I knew what it was, but it's just the behavior and the energy that I was accustomed to. I was accustomed to that manipulator. I was accustomed to that liar. I was accustomed to that stuff. In past relationships, all the way back to probably many lifetimes, I've allowed myself to stay in victim energy. And when you're in victim energy, that comes in. And I embraced it with both arms. I'm like, thank you for being here. And now I just say thank you for allowing me to learn the lessons at such a deep level. There's so much freedom in that. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, is how God answers your prayers. And so if you pray for unconditional love, just hold on, because you may be drawing somebody in that's going to help you learn how to love yourself, and that's going to be painful. I found that I don't get what I want, I get what I need, and I appreciate that. And as I go down this journey of self-discovery, that's the whole program, right? Enlightenment Unknown Life of a Spiritual Nomad. You don't know what your enlightenment process looks like. You don't know what that journey is going to provide for you. However, the more I work, the deeper I go, the more I look at myself in every situation. That's when my vibration increases, my energy increases, my light that I carry increases. I mean, if you really look at it, if you've listened to the story from day number one, going through the haunted house, being picked up, thrown against the wall in front of the priest, something crawling down your throat, being just obliterated by those demons, they couldn't kill me. They couldn't take my life. And according to that lady from Madagascar, as long as I stayed out of the house and didn't sleep there, they couldn't do that. But they could manipulate me. They could haunt me. They could push me to make a decision to do something that's not sacred with my body. And I'm not going to do that, right? So when I look at that, the last 5 years or so, how many blessings have been there? How many miracles showed up? I mean, the miracle that I seen the demon, and then the miracle that I started to think, wow, if that's real, then is God real? And then the miracle of Linda showing up, and Kathleen and Sandra Grace, and just all these beautiful, amazing people that showed up to help me. I mean, those were all miracles, right? Somebody said to me the other day, and I hear this a lot, I've listened to your story and I'm so sorry you went through it. And my answer is, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry one bit. No way. Nope. I am grateful I'm not the Wes Coons I was 6 years ago, because that guy didn't understand life at any level. And I can promise you, had that not happened, I would be that same person. I just would be. And I like who I am now. And I like that I can look at my life through clear glasses, not rose-colored glasses, and take responsibility for my actions and take responsibility for the stuff I've done. And I've pulled away from some people and it wasn't right. And there's some people that I pulled away from that I've not made an amends from. I have not made an amends yet. And that's just the honest answer. There's no lie to that. Not everybody wants to talk about God. Not everybody wants to talk about Jesus. And that's another aspect of myself that I've been battling with, right? I have this co-working space in Kempsville, Kempsville is in Virginia Beach, Virginia, if you don't know where that is. I rent space to small businesses, and I had this lady reach out and she said, "Hey, I have a church and I want to do a prayer group." I'm like, "Okay, we can make that work." And within 24 hours, she's telling me that one of my top people is channeling the devil just by walking through the space and talking, that she placed apples on the counter and the devil will go into the apples. And when people eat the apples, they're then possessed. And I'm like, this organized religion doesn't work for me. It's guilt, it's shame, it's manipulation. So we had a conversation and I'm like, look, if you want to be here, be here. Your opinions are not encouraged, okay? I don't want to hear about it. So she goes to move in, and then she sends me this text message in capital letters. "Let's talk about the elephant in the room." Well, the space next to hers has a couple pictures of Buddha on the wall, and she's letting me know how that's a portal to the devil, how she's offended by it, and just went on and on and on, and tells me how she's my spiritual counselor, and this is what's bringing negative energy to my building. And I got to be honest, I didn't handle it holy and spiritual. I just texted her back and said, "I don't care. I don't care if you're offended. I am not going to take that down because you're offended. It's been there. That's what it is." I'm like, we've got Catholics here. We've got Jews here. We've got Buddhists. You can participate like everybody else, or you can leave. And I don't care what you do. So she ended up leaving the next day. I gave her all her money back and gave her some extra cash for moving money. And I guess maybe I could have handled the "I don't care" better. However, there's an aspect of what she was doing that's unhealed in me. So that's what I'm looking at, right? That's what we're talking about. There's a piece of me that's unhealed from the organized religion of, if you don't do this exactly the way I say it, you're going to hell, all these different things. And I just don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I talk to God. I talk to Jesus. I talk to Archangel Michael. If you haven't listened to it, on season 1, episode 6 is where Jesus shows him being crucified in front of me. I've been there. I've touched his feet. I know what that feels like. And that's not what he preaches, right? What I do know is this, is the energy and the love I felt in front of that man. I want that. I want a piece of that. I want to become the energy that he carries. And I don't know if I'm going to get there. I don't know if that's a real thing for me to elevate to that level. But I do know this. The answer is not outside of me. It's inside me. The answer is not in anger, manipulation, judgment, and hate. It's in unconditional love, forgiveness, being honest with myself, being authentic with myself, looking at a situation and saying, "You know what? I could have done better." And I might not go to that person and make an amends, but I sure have asked for forgiveness. See, this journey is so wildly bizarre. I love it. I love it. I love going through this journey. I love looking inside and seeing me change from 8 o'clock this morning till now. I'm a different person. I'll be a different person after this podcast because I've seen something and I've healed it. We've talked about 1,000 times, you can heal in a moment if you know how to do so. I love that. Fun fact, I am now currently working with my friend Corinne McCandless. She's going to help me write the book about the haunted house. And I am super excited about that. It's funny. She asked me all these intense questions and I'm like, "Girl, I'm going to rely on you to give me direction and we're going to do whatever you say because you've been there, done that. This is what she does." She's an amazing, amazing, talented, strong woman. And she understands writing books. She understands having them published. And I just told her, I said, I just want it to be good. I've got the story. It's true. Now I want you to put your magic in it and write it for me. And that's what we're working on. So in my mind, we're going to be done next Tuesday, but I don't know how long it's going to take. And I'm just grateful to be here. So those doors are opening. It's funny. I just received a text message while I'm recording this from a friend, and she goes, how do you heal the stuff that you talk about all the time? So I'm going to tell her she's got to listen to the podcast to get the answer right. Well, the first one's self-awareness. If you're not self-aware, if you're not paying attention to the steps that you make, the decisions that you make, even if it's a bad decision, hey, if you're going to make it. Don't have guilt and shame. You're going to pay the consequences for it. It's probably not going to work out well for you. But who hasn't done that? Who hasn't stayed somewhere longer than they should have, past the expiration date of a relationship, past the expiration date of an employment situation or some version of that? We've all done it. Let's let go of the guilt and shame. The second thing is, you cannot play the victim. Cut that bullshit out. You cannot play the victim. All right? Let's just be done with that. My husband did this to me, or my wife did that to me, or they did this to me. Well, you were there. You knew they weren't a good person. You stayed. You do have options. And I hear people say all the time, especially in a relationship, I don't have any options. Yes, you do. You just don't like the options that are in front of you. So stop saying you don't have and come up with a plan. I don't like the way I look. Okay, go to the gym. Yeah, I can't. I'm busy. I'm this, I'm that. Okay. I don't like my education level. Well, read a book. Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't like my husband. Well, he's not good to me. Okay, well, leave his ass. Well, I can't because I need him to pay the bills or something. Bro, I tell you what, get a roommate. Scratch all that. You cannot play the victim. Let go of that victim energy. Life didn't happen to you. You didn't just end up in this spot. Now, I understand there's some people out there that are like, hey, I got this disease. I didn't do anything to get this disease. Well, maybe it is a lesson that you signed up for before you came here. Maybe it is a disease that manifested in your body because we didn't learn how to heal our feelings and emotions properly. See, if we go into it with victim energy, oh my gosh, feel bad for me, this happened, you're not going to heal. And I can appreciate being pissed off about it. I can appreciate being frustrated in that situation. However, you got a choice. We always have a choice. We can be a victim. This happened to me and I don't understand. Or you know what? I'm healing. I am healing my body. I don't have that C-word disease. I have healing work to do, and I am going to do that, and I am going to love myself, and I'm going to experience the life that I have, and I'm going to experience these beautiful things that I'm going to go through with this treatment and this healing journey, and I am grateful to be alive today. Victim energy can creep in if you're not paying attention. Pay attention to how you look at your past. I was talking to a client, I don't know, about 2-3 months ago, and she said, I listened to your podcast and I am so sorry you went through that sexual abuse as a child. And I looked at her, I said, no, I'm not. I'm good with it. She's like, yeah, but I said, no, no. It made me who I am today. It was an experience I was supposed to experience, and I'm healing from it. And I am comfortable in my skin today, right? Or I could have said, yeah, gosh, that was so bad. Yeah, it was bad. It was fucked up. I'm not negating that it was this horrible thing. However, I'm stepping into my power. I'm stepping into my energy. I am stepping into the leader, the warrior, the healer that I want to be. And that is an experience that I checked the box on. I learned it. I'm healing from it. I've healed a ton of it. And I can help other people heal from that experience too. And the third thing is release the attachment to whatever it is you've got going on. Release the attachment to the anger. Release the attachment to what you want. For example, I hear all the time, buy this program and we'll teach you how to manifest. Okay, let's do that real quick. If your words align with your actions, your heart, the words that you say, the things that you think, and you're not attached to when you receive it, you're not attached to anger about it or victim energy, you can manifest it in a minute. Meaning, I want to go buy a new car, but you're not going to work. I want to lose 25 pounds, but your mind keeps saying that one sentence that is stuck with you, I'm fat, I'll never have, right? Who here besides me has had that thought process? See, if an aspect of what you want has negative energy or doubt in it, if an aspect of what you want carries that victim energy at any level, you're not going to manifest it. So when you're asking for what you want, see it as received and move on. If I receive the gift, that's great. If I don't, that's great. Life is going to be fine for me, and I'm just going to move forward. I am doing activities that take me towards receiving what I want, but I'm not going to sit there and sweat bullets on, gosh, it's Tuesday and I haven't received it yet. Would think it'll be here by Thursday. It's been 2 years. Well, I don't know. Well, it's not going to come. See, manifesting is easy. Living life is easy when you start to realize that everything around you is a direct reflection of yourself. This is what we do. This is what we talk about. It's easy. So when that person came to me and said, I'm so sorry for that stuff, I'm like, hey, I'm good with it. Because if I had just chirped into that a little bit, it would have negated what I was working on. We cannot just simply go back and move forward. That little bit backwards will destroy what's in front of you. I wish it could come back quickly. It just doesn't. I don't know how to make it happen that way. Because when we go back, we allow that little piece of victim, that little piece of that little boy or little girl that got hurt back inside of us. We don't need that. You know what you need? To look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am beautiful, I am gifted, I am loved, I love myself, I love this job. Every step I take raises my vibration. Every breath I take heals my body. I love who I am today. I love the fact that I am going to go do something later today. I don't know what it is. And there's going to be an energy ripple effect that is going to help somebody else. Because my positive energy and my positive thoughts are going to change the world. That's what I think about. We have some really cool guests coming back. I know Fawn is coming. She's going to talk about her ayahuasca journey. And I think she might actually have some girlfriends come on a separate episode, and we talk about that. I've been debating with Kelsey about having free will. So she's going to come back when she ever comes back from her 4-month vacation. And we're going to talk about free will. I've got some really great healers coming here soon. And you know what? This summer is going to be fantastic. I remember last year I kept saying, 2024 is my year. 2024 is my year. My brother died. All these other things happened. I'm like, God bless. Okay. But I kept saying 2024 is going to be my year. And 2024 gave me everything I needed, not exactly what I wanted. I am so grateful for those gifts. I am so grateful for the experiences. I am so grateful for the love I received and the love that I give myself today. So I will see you in about a week. Enjoy your 4th of July. It'll be over by the time you listen to this. And be the miracle that you're hoping to receive.
You've been listening to Enlightenment Unknown with Wes Coons, your guide on the quest for self-discovery and the version of you we haven't met yet.